Let's go to Mike Donahue in the studio, who, Mike, you're such a sweet man. Nothing like this would ever happen to you. And actually, Mike was at the Oregon Culinary Institute a little bit later and earlier today. Whew, I'm all flustered now. And he was at the Oregon Culinary Institute a little bit earlier, teaching us some Halloween sweet tricks.
Hi Priya, what are you serving for Halloween? Maybe pig's tails or chicken feet, or how about these severed fingers? Here at the Oregon Culinary Institute, the witches are brewing some spectacular things. You know that line from Macbeth, double, double, toil and trouble, fire burn and cauldron bubble. Let's go see. Next Friday, we're going to show you some of the tricks they're making here, but we thought this Friday we'd start with some of the treats. Let's meet Chef Robert. What have you got for my sweet tooth, Chef?
Well, I get to handle the treats today, so we're going to make some pumpkin muffins with a marzipan garnish and candied apples.
Wow.
These are apples coated with a caramel coating.
Look at those.
We have some plain and we have some with Oregon hazelnuts.
Delicious. And those, you call those cupcakes, or?
Well, you know, muffins were invented so you could eat cupcakes in the morning. So these are muffins technically.
So how do you make them? What are the ingredients?
Well, pumpkin muffins are made with pumpkin puree. You can use it out of a can, or you can bake some pumpkins and scrape the pulp out and then follow a basic muffin recipe.
Those candy apples look really good. Can you show us the steps to make one of those?
It's made with cream and sugar, in this case maple syrup, and a little bit of butter in there as well. Very importantly, it's cooked up to 250 degrees. That'll allow it to stick to the apple without running off. When people make these at home, one of the big problems they have is that they run off the apple. The caramel won't stick.
Into ice.
Once you're at 250, you want to keep it there and not let it go above that, so we drop it in ice to stop the cooking. So you need to invest in a good candy thermometer for this one. And once it's stopped and the candy thermometer starts to drop down, we'll take it out of the ice and we're ready to do our dipping. Now the apples I picked are Braeburn apples. The small ones are Braeburns, the larger ones are Granny Smith. It's really a matter of choice which one you like. Some people like to use...
Those are tart, are they?
Yeah, the tartar apple some people prefer because it goes good with the sugar. So once the caramels cool down adequately, and you got a deep enough pan here so you can get some good dipping out of it, we'll go down and we'll coat the whole apple, tipping it around so you get it right up to the surface and just leave a little bit of the apple exposed. We'll let it drain off a little bit and then right onto the sill mat. And it won't stick on that sill mat. And of course, if we want to put some coating on, we'll go right into the hazelnuts after we dip it. Let's try another one.
With hazelnuts, please.
So coat it up as much as you want. Like I say, if you got your sugar at the right temperature and you washed your apples, it should stick without any trouble. And then right into the hazelnuts.
Hello, beautiful.
Just like so, and then again onto the sill mat until they set up. And once they set up, they should come right off without a problem.
So we've made a Halloween treat for you, Priya. What's your preference? Apples candied with hazelnuts or without?
You know, I really like hazelnuts, but I'm something of a purist when it comes to my candied apples. I think no nuts on my candied apples. If you're interested in any of those recipes, you can find them on our website, KOIN Keep It Local. Mike Donahue decided to stay far away from the women's show, and he headed to the Oregon Culinary Institute to find out about making some Halloween tricks.
We're back at the Oregon Culinary Institute. Last week when we were here, they showed us some of the treats they're making for Halloween. This time we're going to see some of the tricks, like chocolate-covered cricket. Crunchy. Okay, we see the ingredients, and we're here with Chef Cassidy. I also see the crickets in the background. We'll get to those in a moment. What are you brewing here?
We're going to make pecan shortbread finger cookies. So after you take the dough and it's completely mixed, you're just going to take chunks of it, however big you want your fingers, and you're going to roll it in to finger-shaped pieces. So here we have the fingers. These have been refrigerated. They were marked with the knuckles, and then you just use whole blanched almonds as the fingernails, and you just use regular food coloring for painting the nails, and you could paint them whatever color you wanted to.
Ghastly.
Yes.
All right, there are the little buggers and the toothpicks, huh?
Yeah, so you want to make sure that you find crickets that you know what they've been eating. Usually they eat oat and bran, but you can ask the supplier and you can pick them up at most pet stores. You want to put them in the freezer first. That's what kills them off in a nice way. And then we put them on a sheet tray, we put them in the oven and dry roast them for a few minutes.
So you actually buy them live?
Yes.
All right.
We buy them live. We want it to be as fresh as possible. After they've been dry roasted, and you can season them at that point, just like salted caramels, you could put salt or cumin or something else on them. Use little frill toothpicks and skewer them, and then we just dip them in our nice melted chocolate. And if you spin it around a couple times, you get some of the excess off. And I recommend using a grate because it will hold it up off of the parchment paper. That way it doesn't stick to it.
So Priya, what do you think? A little trick for your friends at Halloween? The chocolate's great.
Yeah, it looks, well, I don't know. It looks kind of creepy, but it sounds like it tastes really yummy.